Hello, happy Tuesday. So I thought I'd record a video today talking about how to run ads for your watch brand. So if you own a watch brand, you're about to start a watch brand, or you want to scale your existing brand, this is how we've done it for over 30 brands now. We've generated over $20 million. Genuinely, about 80% of that has been through paid advertising, primarily on the Meta platforms, so Facebook and Instagram primarily. And we have loads of case studies, testimonials. If you don't believe me, I'll put a link in the bio of this video where you can view our testimonials and stuff, okay? So this is how I would do it. Now, the key thing to remember here, and I'm just going to completely riff, I'm not going to edit this video, I'm going to keep it organic and natural, okay? Now, the number one problem with paid advertising on Meta is the algorithm changes all the time, okay? As of recording this, mid-November 2025, Meta have just started rolling out, I mean, they actually started last year, but we've only started seeing it affect everything this year, something called Andromeda, which is their brand new algorithm, and it's changed everything in terms of how ads work and run. So, if you own a watch brand, you want to start advertising or scale, this is what I would do. 2 setups for your campaigns inside Meta Ads Manager. And we do this for so many clients. We have scaled clients to 6 and 7 figures in monthly revenue in watch sales, as in more sales on customers' wrists, more watches on customers' wrists, sorry, by using this, okay? So first of all, you want an ABO campaign, okay? So a normal sales campaign, not Advantage Plus. So when it prompts you to set up an Advantage Plus campaign, switch to original, usually on the bottom left, okay? And then you want to put in an audience that's relatively broad, okay? So 18 to 65-year-olds. If you are 100% convinced that 18-year-olds are not going to buy, you could bump it up to maybe 25, but do not tighten the range. Keep it broad, okay? And then put in interests like mechanical watch and automatic watch, okay? And if you'd like a screen share video of this, actually go into details, leave a comment down below and I will release that in a future video, but I thought it'd be easier just to explain the strategy first. You set up that campaign and you need content for the campaign because the audience does not matter anymore. It is way less meaningful than the creative you're going to run in that campaign. So the way we do it for our clients is we have something here, this poster, you can't actually see it because it's blurred, called the Dial Quadrant. And that poster there that you unfortunately and unhelpfully cannot see basically lets you create 8 pieces of content immediately, just like that. However, I'll explain to you the best way to do it. You want to get 2 pieces of content with each sort of angle for your creative, okay? So technical, utility, lifestyle, prestige. Those are the 4 categories as a watch brand that you should go for. So prestige, if you have limited models, if the watches are maybe expensive, they look nice, you want 2 ads that target the prestige buyer. You then want 2 ads that target the utility buyer. So if someone's diving, for example, you want to target deep sea divers with your dive watch, you have 2 pieces of content that are for that. And then you have 2 pieces for lifestyle, so people day-to-day wear, think movement watches, Swatch, all these brands. 2 pieces of content in that style, and then 2 pieces of content in the final quadrant, which I've just realized again, you can't actually see, but you've got utility, prestige, technical, and lifestyle, okay? So your technical is the technical achievements or advancements or improvements. So double dome sapphire, case hardening, and so on, okay? So anything like that that you can brag about, whether it is groundbreaking or not, you want 2 pieces of content talking about that. That gives you 8 pieces of content of ads to run with, each targeting something different. So one targeting the limited nature or the handcrafted design, for example. One targeting the achievements, the technical achievements, etc. One targeting your utility, so day-to-day wear, how you can wear this watch every day or just wear it for special events, the use of the watch, the use case, and then you have your lifestyle as well, which is day-to-day, someone holding a coffee cup, walking down the street, that sort of content. Then you can also get your macro images and so on, and you can get them and also include them in the ads. So now you've got, let's say, 15 pieces of content, okay? You get that ABO, you put those pieces of content in, and the important thing about Meta Andromeda is they want more content variety. So previously, if you had a winning ad, you could literally get that video and you could make it black and white. and duplicate it, and then the video will run even longer because you have two variations with the same copy, the same video, just one is black and white, and it will perform just as well. That doesn't work anymore. You need different variations of content. So you need as many ads as possible. Let's say you only do 8 ads, okay? You want to get those ads, put them in your ABO campaign for your audience only, not Advantage Plus, and you want to run them, and you want to set the budget at a minimum of $5 to $10 per day per creative. That's very important. So if you have 10 pieces of content, your minimum budget, is $50 a day, okay? Now, how do you run these ads? How do you scale them? How do you make them give a return, okay? Really simple. First of all, it's a content game. If your content doesn't perform, you just need more ads. You need to test. Now, with your original 8, all you have to do is watch your click-through rate and your purchases. Don't look for add to carts. Don't look for any of that nonsense. It doesn't help watch brands. Now, you want to spend AOV on your content before you make a serious decision on what's going to scale you. So, if you have an ad that is getting a $50 cost per purchase and your watches cost, let's say $300, that is successful, okay? Unless you have a really bad business model. Most watch brands, believe it or not, at least every single brand we've worked with runs on a 3 to 4x markup. If you're not running on that, then you're just not going to be able to scale profitably with ads. You're going to get really down in the dumps when Meta changes algorithm or you need to relearn. So you need to have a good markup on your watches. That's the number one tip. So many watch brands that are one-man bands forget they need to do these things if they want to scale, so they don't include it in the cost, the retail price of their watch, and that means that you're going to fail, right? So you need to consider your markup. If you're going to run ads, imagine it's going to cost you $150 to sell a watch on Meta. If you're selling your watches for $200, you're going to lose money. You maybe break even. You're not going to be able to scale though if you can't get that cost down. So you need a markup. You need to sell your watches for $250. That is why so many brands, when they get bigger, increase their price. It's because they can only scale with ads and they need margin there to be able to run ads profitably. It's not about getting your ad cost down. It's about having padding so that you can scale. Anyway, you've got your content, you've got your creative, you want to run the ads and you want to spend AOV. So if you have ads that start picking up purchases after, let's say you set them up, my guidance to you, if you're on $50 to $100 a day in spend, set up the ads, make sure you're all running, check in after 24 hours, make sure everything's okay, they are spending money, etc. Then log out of Facebook Ads Manager and do not log back in for 2 to 3 weeks. Do not log back in at all. Forget you're spending the money and spend it and let it run. That's the best way to do it. The problem we see with advertisers that want our help is they have knee-jerk reactions because it's their own money. And honestly, our biggest benefit, the reason we're able to scale so many watch brands is because we actually don't care because it's not our money. So we will do the best we can, but we know we need to let stuff test and we need to spend your money to get you where you want to be. And we're unemotional about it. When you're emotional with what you're spending on ads, you will log in 3 days later and go, oh, that's had less link clicks, I'm going to turn it off. Never do that. You will fail. You'll never scale with ads. You'll hop from agency to agency. You'll start using AI tools. It doesn't work. You will never scale in that way with paid ads. And I'm sorry to be doom and gloom, but we have worked with so many brands. We have spoken to over 270 watch brands since 2021. So I can guarantee you we know the landscape very, very well. We work with brands in Australia, the US, the UK, Canada, Switzerland, Austria, everywhere, all across the world. We work with watch brands. Hong Kong, another one. Singapore, another one. So we've worked with so many watch brands at so many different price points, from $100, $80, all the way up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 plus. So we have run ads for all these brands and we have had success. So you need to make sure you listen to me, as negative as it might be. Set up your ads, $5 to $10 a day. 8 ads, different hooks. The headlines must be different on each ad. The written text above must be different on each ad. The Shop Now CTA, make sure you have Shop Now, not Learn More, not Get Quote, none of that nonsense. Shop Now and you spend. 2-3 weeks, leave it, log out. Log in after 24 hours, make sure it's spending, then do not look again for 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Then, 2 to 3 weeks comes by, you log in, you might have a few sales from some ads, or you might have very strong indicators like a very high and even CTR over the past couple of weeks with your ads. All you have to do to scale at that point is set up an Advantage Plus broad campaign targeting the US, the UK, wherever you want to sell, broad audience, and get your 3 winning creatives, whichever's performing best. You might have 4 or 5, but get the winning creatives. Click duplicate, select them and click duplicate to a new campaign and duplicate them into the new Advantage Plus campaign and run that for 2 to 3 weeks. okay? Then what you want to do almost every week after that point, add new creatives into the original ABO campaign, because that is now your creative testing campaign. That's where you find out if an ad is going to have the scale to move, to graduate into your Advantage Plus broad campaign. Does that make sense? So quick rundown, really, really quick. Set up your campaign, audience campaign, not Advantage Plus, just a normal sales campaign. Make sure there's no Advantage Plus on that, it's just normal, okay? Set your age, set your gender. If all your customers are males, you can make it male, but do not tighten your age range too much. Maybe move it to 25, keep it 65 plus, so it's broad enough. Put in 8 unique, different pieces of content, and then you can beef it out a little bit more. Let's say 4 macro shots, for example, or 4 wrist shots. Put them in there. Different pieces of content. Man on the street, UGC, which is user generated, organic, photos of reviews that customers have sent in. Even if the photo doesn't look good, include them. Meta will push your ads further if they see you're using diversity. That is how Andromeda works. And you can Google this and verify it. I'm 100% correct here, okay? Leave it for 2 to 3 weeks. Come back, find the 3 winners. Maybe they'll have a sale, whichever ads have a sale, whichever have the highest click-through rate. Duplicate them into a new Advantage Plus campaign that is fully broad, targeting only men, for example, in the USA. Let that run for a few weeks. When you set that up at the same time, keep an eye on your content. You can turn off your winners on your testing campaign because they're now in your broad campaign. That needs a little bit of time to start working. Then you want to start introducing new ads, let's say 2 or 3 new ads every single week. My light just went out. That means the video is almost about to end. You want to add new ads every single week into your testing campaign. And then every week, 2 weeks, when you see new winners, put them into your Advantage Plus. Make sure you always have creative. That, my friends, is how you scale and run ads for watch brands. It's way easier than you think. You just need to have the right creative strategy. So if this doesn't work for you, your creative's wrong. 100%. Every time. We audit ad accounts, the creative sucks. They've paid $5,000 for a professional photographer and that's the images they're using. Your ads will not scale then. Like, they'll not scale, and you're not Rolex. Use a variety of ads. Use unboxing ads, wrist roll ads, flat lays, etc. All sorts of different ads, different bracelets, different straps. Like, make it different. All the copy in each ad must be different as well. That's how Meta is scaling now. Then, on your scale campaign, your Advantage Plus campaign, with your winning ads, if they hold out, if they're doing well, if they're consistent, remember, you will see costs go up slightly, but you just need to keep adding in new creative. You're not going to get a cost per purchase of $10. Rarely is that going to happen, but expect something realistic at a decent ROAS, let's say 2.5, for example. Then, every 2 weeks, or we could say every week, it's a case-by-case basis, put your spend up no more than 15 to 20%. That's how you scale the ads. Now remember, every time you add spend, the machine gets hungrier, okay? So it needs more creative. So remember, you need to be willing to invest in creative as well as spend, because you're going to be, it's like telling someone or an athlete to work out more, to run further, to work harder. They need more fuel, they need more money, they need more food, they need more sleep, right? That is the way you need to treat the algorithm. That is how we have scaled, that is how we have generated over $20 million in sales for watch brands worldwide. That's it, that's all you have to do. Do not overcomplicate it. Now, if you have any issues, any questions, if you do this and you run it for 2 weeks, need help, drop me a comment in the video. If you want to see a sort of screen share, ad account manager, case study video, let me know as well, drop a comment. But I hope this has been helpful. Please leave a like. If you want to look at our testimonials, learn about all the watch brands we've helped scale, you can click the first link in the bio. And that's it for this week, my friends. I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.